Up until a few years ago, having a luxury sedan was the ultimate way of telling your friends and family that you have arrived in life. Now, however, if you take a look at the car segments as a whole, SUVs have pretty much taken over. They are the flavor of the season. But when it comes to luxury cars, sedans are still holding on to their fort. So today we're going to take a closer look at what you get while buying a luxury sedan in India by taking the example of the Mercedes-Benz A-Class Limousine, which is one of the most accessible luxury cars that you can buy in our market. And in order to understand why sedans are still a big deal, even in the face of ever-growing SUV segment, let's take a closer look at what makes them special. Ever since we were kids, we have been used to drawing cars with a standard 3-box layout, a long hood, a slightly smaller boot, and a long cabin in the middle. Yes, while we might have had mostly sedans to base our drawings off so many years ago, there is no denying the fact that sedans look great. Not only do they bring more personality and character, but also they serve a functional purpose too: aerodynamics. Big SUVs generate more drag because of their sheer size and weight, whereas the sedans slice through the air, and as a result you often have better mileage figures on sedans than in SUVs. And at the end of the day, it is sedans that are most likely to be your wallpaper than SUVs. Sedans also pretty much are better in terms of practicality as compared to the SUVs, except for the obvious ground clearance. However, automakers spend lots of time, energy and money in order to develop sedans that do not scrape their bellies on bad roads, and you will see that barring a few sedans, they usually go around just fine. Other than this, sedans also offer more legroom, which makes them ideal for those who like to be seated at the back. Additionally, sedans also usually have more boot space than SUVs. However, in case you are someone who likes to be behind the steering wheel and loves the thrill of driving, you will know that sedans drive better than SUVs any day and every time. They have a lower center of gravity, which makes the car feels more agile through corners, making them a driver's delight. And lastly, we have to talk about what is perhaps the most important part when it comes to buying a new car: its price. No matter where you look, you will almost always find that the sedans are priced lower than the SUVs that have been built within the same segment. And this is true for cars across different price segments. And this alone can be a big factor towards pushing you to buy a sedan. So there you have it. In this day and age of SUVs, remember, sedans have their positives too. So to sum it all up, we have to go back to the time when we first drove the Mercedes-Benz A-Class at the time of its launch, and we had concluded that the A-Class has a lot of promise. Now that we've spent considerably more time with the car, have put it through its paces in city and highway driving conditions, we can firmly say that the A-Class does not compromise in giving you that premium Mercedes-Benz experience. On top of that, it's more practical and also, in my books at least, drives better than the older entry-level model, which was the Mercedes-Benz CLA. So not only does the Mercedes-Benz A-Class Limousine give you practicality, gives you that Mercedes-Benz experience, but it does so in style.